Have you ever stood in an old city and wondered about the secrets hidden in its stones? What if one of the biggest secrets was hiding in plain sight, ringing out for all to hear until it was silenced? Today, we're diving deep into one of history's most baffling mysteries, the Great Bell Purge. Throughout the Middle Ages and beyond, church bells were the heartbeat of every community. Being within earshot of a bell was like being inside a protective bubble. They weren't just for calling people to prayer or telling time. They were powerful instruments of frequency and energy, believed to be deeply connected to the health and harmony of the people. But then, in the 19th and 20th centuries, something strange and sweeping occurred. Across the globe, almost all of the world's most ancient and magnificent bells were removed, melted down, or simply vanished. The official story: they were needed for metal during the Great Wars. But when you really start to dig, that explanation feels thin, like a flimsy cover for a much deeper story. Could it be that these weren't just musical instruments? What if they were key components in a vast, hidden energy network, a forgotten technology based on sound, healing, and maybe even the generation of free energy? Let's first understand what these bells really were. In ancient traditions, bells were seen as tools for spiritual protection and energy manipulation. Their specific shapes, the alloys they were made from, these weren't accidental. They were precisely engineered to resonate, to affect not just the air with sound, but the very energetic and vibrational fields around them. In many cultures, the sound of a bell was believed to do incredible things: ward off negative energies, clear the mind, and even influence the weather. It sounds like folklore, right? But what if it wasn't? Modern research into cymatics, frequency, and vibration is starting to show that sound can indeed shape and influence the physical world in profound ways. The frequencies produced by these massive, ancient bells were not random. They were meticulously tuned to specific hertz, often aligning with the natural, resonant frequencies of the Earth itself, and even our own human biology. Think about it. What if these bells were a form of ancient sound technology designed to harmonize entire communities and stabilize the very energy of the land they stood on? It's a mind-bending idea, but the clues are everywhere. So, what happened between the late 18th and early 20th centuries? A suspicious, synchronized trend of bell removal and destruction swept the planet. Yes, World War I and World War II saw many bells melted down for ammunition, but the scale of the destruction goes far beyond what was needed for war efforts. Entire, centuries-old bell towers were dismantled. Bells that had stood as cultural and spiritual cornerstones for generations suddenly disappeared without a trace. It's a historical anomaly. Why would every major culture, empire, and nation, all around the same time, decide to get rid of such a vital part of their heritage? Take Russia, for example. The bells of the old Tartarian civilization were said to be some of the largest and most powerful in the world. During the Bolshevik Revolution, thousands of these magnificent bells were systemically removed and destroyed. The official narrative paints them as mere religious symbols being torn down. But what if they were much more? What if they were crucial pieces of an advanced civilization's infrastructure, and their removal was a strategic move to disable it? The real reason for this global purge might lie in their connection to a hidden energy system. It's fascinating to note that many of the grandest cathedrals, monasteries, and bell towers were built directly on top of what are known as ley lines, natural energy pathways that crisscross the Earth. And where were the largest bells always placed? At the very top of the highest towers. This suggests they weren't just meant to be heard. They were designed to broadcast, to send out their resonant energy across vast distances. Imagine a global network of these bell towers acting as acoustic energy generators, using sound waves to amplify and distribute the Earth's natural energy for the benefit of all. This concept isn't as far-fetched as it sounds. Ancient civilizations had a sophisticated understanding of resonance and frequency that we are only just beginning to rediscover. Some researchers theorized that these bells were part of a massive Tartarian energy grid, intended to harmonize human consciousness, balance the planet's electromagnetic fields, and perhaps even provide a source of clean, free energy. From this perspective, Removing the bells wasn't just melting down metal. It was a deliberate act of pulling the plug. It was cutting humanity off from an ancient, powerful technology that we no longer understand and perhaps were never meant to forget. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Modern science is finally catching up to what ancient cultures knew intuitively. The fields of vibrational medicine and frequency therapy are gaining incredible ground. We now have scientific proof that specific sound frequencies can reduce pain, accelerate healing, and even interact with our DNA. Bells, with their powerful and pure resonant frequencies, are perfect for this. Ancient texts from around the world describe bells being rung to purify water, heal the sick, and protect cities from disasters. For centuries, we dismissed this as superstition. But what if it was applied science? The carefully tuned frequencies generated by these bells could have been used to restore energetic balance in the body, mind, and the environment. By removing them, we may have lost a fundamental piece of our natural health infrastructure, one that was holistic and far more advanced than much of the symptom-focused medicine we rely on today. The timeline of the bell removal is also deeply suspicious. It coincides with several periods that some researchers call global resets, eras of immense upheaval where entire chapters of history seem to be wiped clean, cities are buried, and the official record is rewritten. The destruction of the bells could have been a key part of a larger effort to erase the past and sever our connection to this ancient knowledge. Look at many of the old bell towers still standing today. A lot of them are reconstructions, built on top of much older, more mysterious foundations. The original bells, which historical records describe as being far larger and more intricately designed, are gone. The bells we have now are often pale imitations, incapable of producing the same powerful, resonant frequencies. This raises a critical question. Was this all part of an intentional plan to dismantle the knowledge and technology of a highly advanced past civilization? Consider the world we live in now. The powers that be have a vested interest in keeping us dependent on their systems of energy and control. Our modern cities are a cacophony of electromagnetic pollution, jarring radio waves, and countless other forms of artificial frequency bombardment that disrupt our natural state of being. It feels like no coincidence that the ancient knowledge of sound, vibration, and harmony has been so thoroughly suppressed. But imagine, just for a moment, what it would be like if we could reclaim it. Imagine if we could harness the healing and energy-generating power of resonance once again. A world where clean energy could flow from reactivated ancient sites, and healing frequencies could restore our physical and mental well-being. That would be a world free from dependence on the power structures that dominate us today. The removal of the bells, when viewed through this lens, was not an accident of war or a simple change in culture. It was a deliberate act to cut humanity off from its true past, its true potential, and its innate connection to the natural energy systems of the earth. But the truth is never truly lost. It's still out there, encoded in the silent stones of ancient bell towers and whispered in the forgotten stories of our ancestors. It's up to us to start asking the right questions. It's time to reclaim this lost knowledge, to rediscover the true power of sound, resonance, and frequency. It's time to reconnect with the ancient energy systems that once kept us in harmony with our planet, and to free ourselves from the narratives that have kept us in the dark for far too long. Thank you so much for joining me on this thought-provoking journey. I hope this gave you a new perspective to consider. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden corners of our history. Have a great day or night, wherever you are on this beautiful planet.